Hey, what's up guys? Justin with Tier 1 Gear and EDC Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at my top 10 folding knives of 2020. Now, this is my own personal list and I don't expect everybody to agree. I do have a few late entries and my list might be a little bit biased. So with that in mind, let's get it started. Number 10, the Civivi Ortus. You know, to say I was impressed with this knife would be an understatement. The way they did the milling on the carbon fiber scales just really feels excellent in the hand and actually adds a little bit of extra grip. Now, I will admit I wasn't a huge fan of it at first. It kind of looked like it was micarta with carbon fiber bolsters, but once I seen a couple videos on it, I was like, okay, I see what they're going with here. And to be honest, it looks really good once you get it in hand. Now, that black Damascus blade is excellent, and Civivi does a really good job on that. You know, that blade shape just really stands out to me, and, you know, with the Hinderer Bowie that's real popular right now, that definitely boosted the popularity of this knife. Number 9, the Benchmade Mini Freak. Now, I know this knife pissed off a lot of people considering its price. A lot of people were expecting M4 steel, PVD blade, which they didn't get. Instead, they got S90V and a satin blade. But to be honest, I absolutely love this knife, and I think Benchmade definitely hit it out the park with it. Now, of course, it has that Benchmade snap that you only get with Benchmade knives. I honestly haven't felt any other knife feel that way other than a Benchmade. But, you know, this is the total package. I can't even lie. S90V is a great steel. I've never had a bad experience with it, and Benchmade definitely hit a home run with this guy. Number 8, the Monterey Bay Knives EZC 1.5. Now, this is the newest addition to the list, having knocked the EWC right off and took its place, but I've always wondered what this knife would be like in a liner lock. Well, this guy right here definitely showed me. The action on it is super smooth and exactly what I would expect to come from Monterey Bay. Now, Ray Laconico is one of my favorite designers. I've said that many times on this channel before. This guy definitely deserves a spot on my top 10 list for 2020. Number 7. The Spyderco Native 5 St. Nick's exclusive. Now, there's a lot I can say about this knife, but I'm going to make it as short as possible. This thing is badass. I'm not even going to lie. The ergonomics on it are perfect, and that 4V steel literally stays sharp forever. Now, they do exclusive runs every couple of months, so definitely check them out. If you haven't followed them yet on Instagram or don't go to Instagram at all, I suggest starting an account just to do it because these things are worth their weight in gold. I literally have no complaints about this knife and I cannot wait for the next exclusive. To be honest, it will definitely be on my 2021 list for sure. Number 6, the BRS Evolve Apache. Now, this is one of those knives that you see pictures of and you're like, yeah, that looks pretty good. But it isn't until you actually get one in hands that you really see everything it's got going for it. Now, this really wide grind makes it an excellent slicer, but it's not too thin behind the edge where you'll roll it, you know, if you take it to work. This is 100% a knife that I would trust at work as it is a low-key beast 100% and definitely deserved a space on my top 10 of 2020. Number 5, the Ferrum Forge Stinger. Now, this knife probably made a lot of people's top 10 list this year, but honestly, I can totally see why. The Nitro V blade actually works really great in my area considering I live in South Mississippi where it's real humid and salty. Now, living on the coast, it's really nice to have a knife that you don't have to wipe off immediately after using. So that definitely earns a spot on my top 20, and Ferrum Forge is such a great company and I can't wait to see what they have in store for 2021. Number 4, the Reate Bushido. Of course, this knife made my top 10 list as it's been one of my favorite knives, quite possibly of all time. Reate makes an excellent blade, and I am a huge fan of these traditional Japanese style knives. Now, once I found out it was a front flipper, it was all over with. I actually tried to find one and ended up finding one black one at Blade HQ, which I was cart sniped on. And I went through a mass panic and actually found one over at Crane's Cutlery, which they had a few coming in on back order, and luckily I was able to snag one. But honestly, if you guys like the shape of this knife and just like the overall design of it, if you were able to find one, I suggest picking it up because it definitely won't leave you unimpressed. Number 3. The ProTech Malibu. Now, this has been one of the most coveted knives of the year, and luckily I was able to get my hands on one. This is the River's Edge Cutlery Edition, and man, is it sexy. The thing about this knife, though, is it would have been higher up on my list given it didn't have a little bit of a lock stick, which is actually caused by the two coatings causing friction together. Now, I will send this guy off to ProTech and hopefully they can get it sorted out, but that's actually what kept it from being number one. Number 2, the Asher Knife Co. Spiro. Now, it's no secret I'm a huge fan of Asher knives, but this right here is their newest release. I've actually had the opportunity to carry the prototype for the past couple of months, and I've completely fallen in love with this guy. Now, this new variation right here has quite a few new upgrades, which makes this an excellent knife, and there's not many places you can find all these great materials for under $100. It's quite rare and definitely earns them a spot on my top 10. Now, for my top spot and number 1 folder of 2020, that goes to both Finch Knife Co. and American Blade Works. Yes, I have 2 winners. It is my channel, and I can do that if I want. Finch Knife Company has been a somewhat new company to me, but I am so impressed with their knives. You know, I haven't had experience with very many, only 3, but everyone has just impressed me more and more. Now, American Blade Works is a one-man show ran by Michael Martin, which he is an awesome dude. I definitely suggest trying to get your hands on one of these. He has drops every now and again. If you reach out to him and talk to him, he may let you in on when, that drop's going to happen. Or, if you follow him on Instagram, you probably find out that way as well. This is an excellent knife and definitely deserves the number 1 spot on my list. Now, of course, I just got this guy about a week ago, but I am so impressed with Finch Knife Co. This thing is so sleek and makes an excellent EDC. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope everybody had an amazing Christmas. Stay safe. See you guys on the next one.